After seeing Superman 2025, it made me curious as to what direction they are taking with Superman. I've decided to make this video to talk about what elements can be incorporated from Superman the animated series to future DCU Superman film. Now, I want to say that Superman 2025 is a great entry for those who are interested in the DCU universe. Also those who are not exactly familiar but want to know more and so on. However, there are things that I would like to see more of in future DCU Superman films. There will be sections I'll be talking about in this video, such as challenging mentality of Superman, tactical genius, world building of Metropolis, and authority. Detective work. Challenge mentality of Superman. What I loved about Superman in TAS is the challenge mentality Superman has to go through, and what defines him as a character of the greater good. During the events of the episode, Superman was kidnapped by Darkseid and was brainwashed using an advanced technology. This made him into thinking that he was Darkseid's son. After the events, would later on be tasked by Darkseid to rule Earth. Superman would later on be seen by others through a broadcast. What I loved about this particular scene is that towards the end of the series, after what everyone has seen in the broadcast, everyone's perspective about him has changed. Superman towards the end of the finale episode would later on try to regain everyone's trust after what happened, and this is where the finale episode has stopped. Similarly, this is what happened in Superman 2025. As the message from his parents was broadcasted around the world, Superman is going through challenges as the public, even others on social media, switches on Superman after the message went broadcast. What I would like to see in Man of Tomorrow is that Superman is trying to regain public trust from what happened, as others that have witnessed it are still uncertain what to trust or what to believe anymore. Similarly, this is what happened in Superman animated series. I think this would be a compelling part of the story and would give a bit more character to Superman as to who he is as a person, while you're also seeing the damage the broadcast message has done. This would make moviegoers sympathize with Superman and would understand what he's going through. I would be disappointed if this doesn't happen after Lex's arrest, or worse, after being a small thing that happened in the previous movie that's either not mentioned or they do a time skip. I would like this being an effect that Superman goes through and happens in the next film of Man of Tomorrow. Tactical genius. What I would like to see in Man of Tomorrow or future Superman DCU films would be to showcase how much of a genius Superman is when he's using his surrounding or thinking outside of the box. Similarly to how Superman is like in Superman TAS. For example, in Superman TAS, we see that Superman uses his surroundings and knowledge to be able to defeat superpowered villains. Why is this important, you may ask? It's important as moviegoers would understand that Superman isn't just a character who is kind, willing to help others, but also a genius that is able to get out of any situation without needing brute strength. This is one of the reasons why I love Superman in Superman TAS. You could also say that in Superman 2025 we did see some tactics from Superman, such as using crypto to destroy those machines, so that Superman is able to overpower Ultraman. Also, there's already a scene with the engineer where she uses the nanites on Superman, and Superman is able to get rid of the nanites by being in the atmosphere to overwhelm the engineer. So in a way, it does count, but we'd like to see more creative strategic ways in Man of Tomorrow and future Superman DCU films. This last session isn't relevant to the video, but it's something that I would like to see in Man of Tomorrow. Authority. This last session isn't related to the topic of the video, but something I would like to see in Man of Tomorrow. It's a scene where as soon as Superman enters the room or speaks to a crowd of civilians, everyone is listening and everyone is looking into Superman as he speaks. If a similar scene was to happen in Man of Tomorrow or future DCU Superman films, it would give moviegoers a different side of Superman. This would, in my opinion, give more character to Superman. Detective work. What I think would be great for the DCU to be inspired by Superman TAS would be Clark doing the detective work. As in the episode of Superman TAS, there was an episode where Clark was trying to uncover the truth of an innocent person who was accused of wrongdoing, and Clark would later on find a disc that contains the footage of what really happened to uncover the truth. I brought this up as in Superman 2025, we see Clark at the Daily Planet as a journalist interacting with others and including characters such as Jimmy and Lois. However, we do not see Clark doing detective work before revealing in the film the actual truth behind the conflicts between two countries. I do wish that in future DCU Superman films we see a bit of Clark's side As in Superman 2025, it felt a bit underwhelming without full proof of what's really going on. But instead, we are told from Superman that it's all a setup and has talked to the. While I do understand it would take a portion of the runtime, I would be more than satisfied if it played out like this. Thanks for watching the entire video. In this channel, I'll be covering DC, Marvel, and maybe anime, but I don't know. I'll have to see in the future. I would like to know your opinion on what I said in the video and anything you would like to see in future DCU Superman films.